Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Denise from Denise Plans. I'm really excited for today. Today we are going to be moving into my 2021 budget planner. So let's get started. Okay, so I do have a move-in for my 2020 budget planner, which was this one. So if you haven't seen that video and you want to go back and watch it, you can. I'm going to pretty much set this one up the same way. It's what works for us, and it's worked over the past couple years, so I'm going to keep doing it the same way. I might change up a couple things. But I work out of the Erin Condren, it used to be called the Deluxe Monthly. Now it's just called the Monthly Planner. So that's what I use for my budget, separate from my life planner. Again, it's what works. It's all I need for my budget, and that's it. I don't take my budget planner with me everywhere like I do my Erin Condren planner. I also like that it's much thinner and it's not as heavy, so it's just easier to use. Specifically for a budget, I guess. She does have a new petite budget planner, but I'm going to be really honest with you guys. If you have as many bills as we have, any budget planners that I have been able to ever find or look into do not work for me because of my list of bills that we have to pay. There's only so many lines on a lot of those budget planners, and yeah, too many bills. So not a good thing, but obviously not a bad thing for some people. So if you can use those, great. The other thing I don't really like about some of those budget planners is that they're very restrictive. Like they've got lists already made out for you when it comes to what you're budgeting. I just like to use, something that I can free range and write in whatever I need to write that works for my family. So here we go. This one is the cover that I chose this year. Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. What will be. Love this. It is so just meaningful as far as like what our goals are, what we're working towards as far as our budget. We do follow the Dave Ramsey debt freedom plan that he talks about, and we've been following it for a few years. Loosely, we don't follow it to a T. There's some things that he talks about that I don't necessarily agree with. Like, for example, his save $1,000 and that's all you keep in your bank account. While that may work for some people, that doesn't work for me. I don't feel like there's any security in that. And we always have at least $5,000 in our bank account. As of right now, we definitely have way more than that, just because we have some other goals in mind. But we have managed to pay off a lot of debt this year, just over the past couple months. It was a little rough at the beginning, obviously with COVID and things that were going on, but it's now starting to get back to the good. So anyways, that's for a whole other video. This was last year's planner. It was Be Joyful and Hope, because you have to be hopeful that that you're going to see good things come out of this. Patient in affliction, because you have to be very patient when you are working with a budget. It takes a lot of time and effort and definitely discipline and a lot of sacrifice for sure. Faithful in prayer. So I always try to get something that's like going to be our motto, our go-to for the year. And I like that this one is very, obviously religious, but so anyways, let's talk about moving in. To move in, I do have my coffee in hand, by the way. It's not coffee because I don't drink coffee. So when you move into a planner, you literally have to move in. So we are going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to move my stuff that I have from here to here. I'm still kind of working in this, so I might leave what I need in here still. Obviously, since this is December, this is our last month. And I am very sad to say that today is, as I'm recording this, is December the 4th. And I still have not worked on my December budget. Oh, epic fail. But I'm going to be doing that today, is filling what I need to fill in for December, but we'll talk about that at a later date. Okay, so in here I typically keep stickers. These are kind of all ragged looking. I hate how they get. I don't use these in here a whole lot, so I'm actually just going to take this out and put it on my little filing system that I have. I won't use that in this new planner at all. And I do have a new one. That's an older one. I do have the layers sticker sheet as well. Okay, so we're just going to kind of go through here. Here, let's see, things I need to move. So let me do that because that's what I was talking about. I'm going to leave this there because, see, I don't usually keep any loose sheets here. So there's that. So these are the stickers that I have to move back here. So let's see what we've got. So these I'm going to move, let's see, here. So let's see what I'm going to move that I actually am going to use this year. So these are Planner Kate. You know me, I love Planner Kate. So these are save and totals, and we only have a few because we reached our goal pretty quickly. But there's that. I'm going to move those over. These I just kind of put in my planner, like when I'm going to start planning that, like my budget for the next month. These I use at the beginning. These are from Nicole Hutch. These are just transparent stickers. I will link all of these below. These are also from Nicole Hutch. And then this one's almost empty. Woo. I use these here. These are from Planner Envy, I believe. Yeah, Planner Envy. Again, I'll link them below. But these I like for pay dates. And I probably should have ordered more. Jeez. Before I decided to go ahead and do this video. But whatever. I'm going to use what I have just to be resourceful. This go round, I usually try to like match the colors and use, but whatever. I'm just going to do it and go with it this year. And I may order more. I'm probably not going to completely set it all up. I'm just going to kind of show you how I set up basic, and I can show you on my other things. So yeah, these I use for payday. Now that I'm ranting, these, you know what? I'm gonna be really honest. These are also from Planner Envy, and while I think they're so great, I used them for probably a couple years ago, and I still have these here. Again, when you have so many bills, I know it sounds crazy to say that. You're probably thinking, geez, chick, how much debt do you have? But we're working on it. Don't worry. Not as much as you think. Each of these, like I would probably use a whole sheet just on 1 month. So I would have to buy a whole lot of sheets. So then I tried to use it to where I would just consolidate. So like if I had some bills due, like whatever I paid by paycheck, I would just write the total in. But then that didn't work out because I couldn't see an overall view of it, if you know what I mean. So like if on the first I had like $500 worth of bills due, I would just write in the total on that paycheck. And like we got paid on the 15th and I had like, you know, $2,000, I would write that. But again, I couldn't see the overall view of the bills that were due. So I didn't like it, and I really just haven't used these, to be honest. But they are great stickers if you don't have that many bills and you like to like put them in your monthly overview. That would work out great. These, again, I used these for a while when we were doing the Dave Ramsey talks about using you know, cash is king and using money for everything, cash, like actual cash. Used it for a little bit when we lived near our bank. When we moved here to Iowa, our bank, there's not a bank near us. I think the closest bank that we bank with near us is over an hour to an hour and a half away. So it's not so easy to withdraw cash, and then whatever cash like I didn't use, I would go back and deposit it into our account. But it's not easy to do that now. So we have to just be really conscientious of what we're spending and know that there's only that certain amount that we're spending for that, like say groceries or whatever. So I haven't really used these anymore either, but they are good stickers if you do, you know, if you follow Dave Ramsey and you use cash for things, and those are great stickers. Okay, so I'm going to put these here. I don't need that in there. I don't even know what that's in there. That's for my dogs. Probably to keep track of their pet visits. I don't know. I'll just put this in there. This is just tuition for my son. He goes to a private school, so I kind of keep track of the dates when things are due as far as like enrollment and things that I've got to pay, like that don't come out like just every single month. So there's that. Okay, now that we're all moved in there, I do have a couple little tabs on here that I'm going to put over there. But anyways, okay. So now that that's done, I'm going to show you guys kind of where I even start, period. I do look in my older planner and kind of go along with this one, so how I'm going to plan the setup. I did get these stickers from Erin Condren that I love. They're petite. They're from the Petite Planner budget, but I like the stickers and you can buy them separate. So that's what these are. Just some decorative little fun things that I will use at the back of the book, actually. So I'm just going to put those there for now. So when setting up, again, I go through my other planner and kind of like try to set it up the same way. So here would be sinking funds. You can see, I'll show you guys here. This is the old one. I basically get like blank sticker paper, put it here, cover up the top half, and only start with that current year. And then I use my transparent stickers to write down or to mark what's coming out when. These are things that are like not like every single month, but they are reoccurring like every year or every quarter. So that's typically what that is right there. And then, so that's why I have that labeled there. And I will go back and fill all this in here shortly. Here is 2021 plans. This I set up for things that are going to happen the next year that I know I have to budget for. Vacations, weddings, not birthdays, obviously I know those happen, right? Big things like that I, again, know, like school clothes. Mostly I use it for vacations or weddings, but so that's what I use this part for here. And then this year, I think, so this is a little bit different this year from last year, the setup. So it used to be, you open the page and it was immediately your dashboard. This time they put the monthly, my book came stained. How do you like that? Whatever. This time they put the monthly overview first, which I don't know. I kind of like that. I like it in my regular planner. I kind of like how this was set up because then I have like, as soon as I open, okay, these are my monthly goals. These are my notes, and this is what I have to do this month. So, you know, I kind of like this layout for my budget planner, but I definitely like this layout for my life planner. But can't please everybody, right? So it'll work. It'll work. We'll make it happen. So here on my dashboard, what I usually do is this section here is due this month. This comes from not what's due like every single month. This comes from my sinking funds. Like what is different that's due this month? So like, you know, here for me would be a certification that I got to pay for every single year. So that I would put here. It's not a reoccurring thing. It reoccurs every year, but not every month. So this is definitely an additional thing that happens that month. Goals. What are my goals? What are my budget goals for that month? What do I plan to pay off? What are we buying? That kind of thing. Next month, what do I need to budget for this month that's going to happen next month? So whether it be going on vacation, do I need to buy some flights? Obviously vacations aren't happening right now, but do I need to buy flights for the next month or the next, you know, that's what this is for here. Or what bills am I going to be paying off, or how much am I going to be paying off next month? So that kind of thing. What do I need to look forward to? Here, I didn't use this last month, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to use it. I want to try to use it as a debt tracker. So maybe by like writing in what debt it is, if we send, you know, what the balance is, I'm just going to give a number, say $7,000, and we send $1,000. Like I want to be able to shade in like, and you know, once we pay it off, then that whole thing will be shaded in. And this would just transfer over from month to month, if that makes sense. So this will take time for me to try and figure out how I'm going to do that. And maybe I'll just go online, because why try to reinvent the wheel and get like a debt shade in tracker and paste it, like, you know, glue it here. Might do that. That might be a little bit easier. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. This part, these are blank pages. And typically, like I said, I have to write all of my bills in. So I use this entire page here to write bills. And I'll post a little picture here of a blank one of how I normally do that so you guys can see that. Little should pop up right here for you. So I put the month, and then I put like bill, amount, due, and then a check mark whether or not I paid it, that, or when I paid it, I check it off so I can keep track of that. And then I just write 2 columns here based on our pay dates. So if you follow Dave Ramsey, you know that you assign every dollar to something, and so it's based on your pay date. So I do section this part off based on pay dates. My husband gets paid twice a month, and so that's how this gets blocked off here. This section here I usually use for our budget, and again, your budget is based on and when I talk about budget, I mean like things that like groceries, haircuts, gifts, things like that. That's what I try to figure out here based on payday as well. And again, I'll do a little picture here for you guys of a blank one. So yeah, that's how this is going to be set up. I do the same thing every single month, and I just do it every month. I don't like set it up in advance, because if something changes, I don't want to have to go back and try and figure that out. So just every month I set up a time when I'm going to set up the next month. And then the back of it, I used in this one, I'll kind of show you guys. I used these tabs, and I really need to try to find some other ones, because these, I don't know how much longer these are going to hold on. But I've used these a couple times already in my different budget planners. And so, my baby steps will go here. Let's see if I can put that in there. My baby steps will go here. I will just rewrite these and then put them here. It's basically just a reminder to me of where we are in just, where we want to be. So, check, working on it. And then these will be future goals, obviously. So I just put those in there just again as a reminder. Obviously, I didn't do this year. I did it the year prior. I don't have my old budget planner here. It's boxed away since we moved here. But here I did write down like different quotes. Sometimes when you're doing a budget and you're working on goals, it's hard, you can get sidetracked very easily. And it's just nice to go back and read things that like will kind of remind you of your goals and where you're trying to be. So that's what I usually do here. I don't know. My inspiration will only be this one page. My 2021 goals here. And then I've got our 2021 debt list. This is kind of like our snowball list. If you, again, follow Dave Ramsey, you know what I'm talking about. Our debts that we're going to pay off from, least to greatest in the order that we're going to pay them off. So that's what goes here. Here, I like to keep track of what we're paying off and when. So that's what debt paid off is. And I'll show you guys. I'm going to set this all up here in a minute so you know exactly what I'm talking about. 2021 income. I like to keep track of how much we're making by the month. So I will put the month and then kind of add them and just kind of compound them every single month to just tally everything up. And then our 21 savings. We're kind of in our savings of where we want to be right now. I'm just going to recap that, put it here where we're at, so that when we start saving more money again, I can start keeping track of that again. So, and then we're here on this overview for the next year, 2022. Crazy to be thinking we're that far, going that far already. But I like to write here on these lines, again, things that are going to be happening that we need to plan for. Sometimes you don't know, right? But, like there might be a wedding here in July that you already know is going to happen as a family member, so way in advance, or somebody's graduating. So that's what I like to write here, so that way when the time comes, you can very easily, I can show you guys what I'm talking about here if I can find it in this planner. So this one here, they put at the very back, like after all the notes. In this book, it's immediately behind December before you even get to the notes section. So like, for example, for 2021, like I know there's a wedding here. So I'm going to be able to go back and put that actually in my planner up here where I talked about planning for big events. I'm going to be able to go back and put that here for August. So yeah, so all of these I'm going to move up here. And then when I go back here on this part, I see that this is coming up in 2022. So I'm going to be able to go into May of 2022 and write that here now. And then whatever happens later than 2022, if I know that far in advance, I'll just write it here in this little note section. All right, so let's get started with the official move-in. So this page, like I said before, is going to be for my sinking funds. I cover this part up here, and I just use a large sticker sheet, so you can see where it's a labels sticker sheet. It's the whole 8.5 by 11. I don't want to cover this up because this is really pretty, and I don't think that was ever there before, but anyways, so I'm just going to kind of mark where I need to cut at. So just kind of look through here and then get about the halfway point or so. And then again, I use my transparent dots for that. And you can either pick the same colors or different colors, whatever you choose to do throughout the year. So I know that here, let's see here, we still have property taxes. Okay, so while I'm moving in and getting everything switched, I make sure that all of these still kind of apply and that there aren't any new ones that I need to add on. So all of these still apply. So I'm going to go ahead and just transfer them over. And then I also go in and put that over here. So November 11th, I mark it with the same color. And so that way when I'm working on my budget for that month, I can be like, oh yeah, there's something due that month. Okay. Then I will go ahead and do the same for all the others. All right, so all of that's done now. So my sinking funds section is done. Now we're going to move on to this one, the 2021 plans. For this section here, I typically use the latest monthly sticker book. This is the latest one that Erin Condren released. This is edition 6. And so I usually get 2 because, not because I use all of the stickers, but because I use the months. And so I use the months here. And then I typically also use the months at the end of the month. So I use them like for the back part whenever I do my monthly bills. So we're going to do this. and make this as fun as we can. So let me get started on this part. Okay, all of that is done. Now I'm going to look back here in my planner and see what dates I need to move from here to this side. So we've got, I'm not going to move these yet because you know, those, like I said, we paid off a lot of bills already this month. So I kind of have to look at that and reevaluate a little bit better. This obviously is not going to happen, just with COVID and everything going on. That's scratched off of our list for this year. Let's see here. I do know that this is going to happen, so I'm going to write that in here. And I'm going to put and it's going to be on the 19th. If I don't know a date, I won't put anything in there. And then, oh, there is a graduation here too. And there is one more graduation here. All right, so that part's done. And now I will move on to setting up the January. Actually, I'm not going to set up that January portion yet. I'm going to actually go and finish setting up the back of my planner. Okay, so now we're back here setting this up. So this is where I write my baby steps. Just a reminder of what the steps are, what our overall goal is to done and have accomplished. Okay, now this part is all done officially. Now I'm going to move on to here. I'm just going to put a tag on it right now. I'm not going to actually put anything on here, but so I'll just put a sticker. And I'm going to use the older sticker book because these tend to have some better like plain ones. And I'll just, you know, pick one. So when I go through my what our goals are for 2021, I will write them in here. So whether that be, you know, pay off a credit card or purchase flights, like this doesn't necessarily have to be like debt oriented goals. It just might be like, I know, you know, like we need school clothes here, like that kind of, those are the kind of just money goals in general, what our goals are for that month. Buying something big, those kinds of things. That's what will go in this section here. So I just kind of fill that in either as I go along, like if I know for sure that I want to put something in there, that's when I'll do it. If something just happens to pop up, then I will add that in at that time. All right, this one here, our 2021 debt list. on this part, I'm just going to kind of show you guys an example. Let me cover up my goods, but this is where we were here. Like this is, I make this here on my computer. I cut it out, I copy it, and or cut it out and paste it on here. And you can kind of see what that looks like. So what our debts are, 1, 2, 3, priority, like what are we paying off first? I reevaluate this every single year. The balance, and then, so the balance is as of the beginning of that current year. And then every month as I pay it, I put the updated balance here. So I leave this part blank when I actually print it off, so I can actually write it in. And then the interest rate here, if there is one, minimum payment. And my goal is, what is my goal to pay this card off? Like what date am I giving myself? So again, I make this on my computer. I just print it out and I paste it or glue it onto the blank page. So that's what I usually do here. So I'm just going to put a sticker here for now, and then I will glue that on this section. $2021 debts paid off. This is as we pay things off. I like to just keep track of it. I will write the month and then what we paid off that month. So some months will have nothing on them, and that's okay. That's just part of, paying things off. Okay, and then, so as my husband gets paid, I'll put in how much he made that month, and then the year to date, and then February's month, and then I will just add these every single month till we get to the end of the year. So that's basically what I do here, just to kind of keep track of that. Savings. So for these, like on this section here, I will just kind of write in where we stand. As we add money in to our savings, I'll add another sticker. I'll put the month and then add another sticker. So this will be January. We start off in January. Let me get the January color, whichever that might be in this color coding part here. This one's probably pretty close. So we're going to do, I'm going to write, starting in January, I'll write just what our total is at that time, since that's like our starting balance in January. And like I said, if we add more money in there, I will write the month and then how much we put in and then what our new total is. So that's just kind of how I keep track of that part right there. And then here, I only had one thing to add to my 2022 plans. And it's that's it. So that's all set up as far as the back of my book goes. Just kind of flip back through it real quick. There's that. And that. Pretty. And then we'll jump right back to January, just so I can show you guys kind of how I set the beginning or my months up. So my husband, let me put these away. Okay, so these stickers, again, from Nicole Hutch that I use. And these are Q0000055. Just a little calculator just so I can plan when I'm going to plan my next month's budget. And I usually try to do it at least a week before. So ideally, you know, Saturday or Sunday usually works better for me. So there's that. I just kind of stick that on there. Do that every month. And then I have the Planner Envy payday stickers that I'm going to go in, and my husband only gets paid twice a month. Take that back. He gets paid 3 times a month. So I'm just going to use these for now. And he usually gets paid on the 1st. Obviously, if it's a holiday, he gets paid the day before. So we'll just put this here because I don't want to block off the New Year's Day. So there's that. And then he gets paid. Yeah. There. And then one more time here. So that's it. And then as he gets paid, I will write how much his check deposited was here. At the end of the month, I will put the total pay here. So once these are all put in, I will write in how much here, and then again, transfer that to the back where I keep track of our income. So transfer that back to monthly income here. So, okay. Then, here I'll set this up really quick to show you guys. I do not overcomplicate this section at all. Like, at all. Like, I just label it and go. And then again, I'm not sure how I'm going to use this here, but I need to figure out a way. But I definitely, so I'm just going to leave this here for now. I definitely want to make this somehow my debt tracker. So I'm going to leave that there. Also, this layers book does have like goals, or it's a plan reminders. So those stickers could actually work for this section too if you wanted to use those. All right, so that's how I will set that up. And then here, this is where I was talking about where I kind of do this portion. I've already used those. It's not going to work. So here is where I do these again. So that's why I buy 2 books typically for the month. And just to make it a little festive, you know, because paying bills is never fun. And then I use this little thing. Just kind of just like that. This is not spaced appropriately, so can't leave it like that either. Gotta move it. That'll work. Okay, now it's crooked. It doesn't matter. All right, so then there's that. And then when I go in, I'm going to set it up how I usually set up my bills. So let's do that. And for this part, I use these fine liner Statler or Statler markers. They just don't run as easily as this one. They dry pretty quickly as you go on the page. So, and you guys, I normally use like a washi to put here, but let me see if I can find any, because the thing that I did not like about the monthly books that came, like they used to make them big like this. See? And when they changed the formatting, the washi is way smaller. So you'll see what I'm talking about. You see how short that is? So it no longer fits like across your whole page if you want to put it on something like that. Whereas the old ones were this long, like they literally were as long as your page. And so I really liked this sticker book a lot more. I've been so hesitant to buy the newer ones just because I know they don't have long washi. And as you can see, I've used all my washies on these older books. So that's my dilemma. So I usually have to go through and see if I have any washi in any of these. So this one still has tons of washi, so I'll end up using this one. And again, it's just the color coordination. If you've got your own washi, then that's okay. You can use that too. It's just to kind of separate this line here. Okay. Okay, Denise. So, see? Works perfectly. And I really wish they would go back to making them normal size again, because the other washi, I just don't use it that much anymore. Like, they all literally just stay there. All right, so there's that aesthetically pleasing thing now. All right, and then I just kind of go here and line it up. Looks harder than it really is. And then I go straight down to the bottom. So that's all. That's my planner all moved in, ready to go for 2021. Hope this was helpful. Hope it's not too long for you guys to stay glued to it. But that's it. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know. If you like this video, hit like, definitely subscribe so you can be notified of any new videos that I have. Again, I will link all the stickers, sticker books, everything that I used in this planner at the bottom of this video. So see you guys next time.